Hey guys, I am Sweet Nightingale and welcome to Let's Play The Sims Medieval, Pirates and Nobles. Now The Sims Medieval is a game, a Sims game that came out several years ago, and they do have one adventure pack. They do not call it expansion packs, but it is an adventure pack called Pirates and Nobles. So we will be playing with The Sims Medieval plus the Pirates and Noble pack installed. I've also got some content that came with the limited edition, since I do have the limited edition. So for those of you that may not have that, I have a few extras that don't come with the regular game, like there's a couple of castle types and some clothing and some artwork and things like that. So that is everything that I have installed. We have the limited edition plus the base game and the adventure pack of Pirates and Nobles. Now for those of you that don't know me, as I said, I am Sweet Nightingale and I mainly do Sims 3 LPs, but I've done some Sims 2 and Sims 4 and other Sims games and a peek at other non-Sims games. So anyway, it was requested that I do a Sims Medieval playthrough, and so we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, I actually did do a series of that some time ago, but some things happened and I was not able to complete the series. So we're just going to go ahead and start from scratch, and we're going to just see what we can do with this. Now, because this does take place in medieval times, we are dealing with kings and queens and knights and sorcerers and spies and all that good stuff. And of course they do wear the medieval clothing. Now this is quite different. Like those of you that are used to the Sims 3 or Sims 4, it's kind of a sandbox freeform play. But this one, I mean, you can kind of do that a little bit, but this is more of a guided adventure game. In other words, there's tasks that you have to complete in order to fulfill your quest, because this game is guided by quests. So it's going to be slightly different than what we are used to with other Sims games. But we're going to try to take a relaxed pace and just maybe explore some aspects of the game that you may not see, like maybe we'll play with the different objects and see what we can do. So anyway, when you start out with a new game, which we're going to go ahead and start with a new game, well, actually, when you first install the game and haven't played it before, now as you can see by the circle, there are some ambitions that you are going to be playing with. So when you're first starting out, you want to start out with New Beginnings, the ambitions New Beginnings. Now this is the very first ambition, and as you go forth with this, you unlock different things, and so then you can unlock these other ambitions that you can do to start out with. So there's different goals and things like that. Now, you're going to see reference to something called the Watcher. Now, the Watcher is actually the player of the game. So, in other words, the Watcher in this case is going to be me. So, we'll get more into that as we progress through the game, and I'll explain about the different religions and things that they have to do. So, as I said, we're going to go ahead and start out with the new game, and we're going to be doing the New Beginnings ambition. Okay. So, I think we're going to go ahead and start with the Queen. So we need to name our kingdom, and we're going to go ahead and call this the Kingdom of Music. Just because I like music and I love to sing, so we're going to do that. So we have these different castles. We have an unfurnished one. We have a traditional one, which could be either for a king or a queen. Princess's Dream Castle, which is obviously for a queen. This is the Barbarian Stronghold, which you might associate with the king. And then you have the Lair of Dark Sorcery, and I guess that could be used for either one. I've never played with that before because I've never played with an evil monarch. I should do that one time to see what happens. Alright, but we're going to go ahead and do the Princess's Dream Castle because we're going to start with the queen, and I do like this castle type. So we have a loading screen that's going to come up. Now, I noticed that my Sims Medieval game runs really fast, and this is also good for playing on the Mac. Like if you want a game that's not going to demand a lot of memory, a lot of RAM storage or anything, The Sims Medieval is going to be your game. It's a good workhorse. It's a good game to start out with. Or if you don't have a fast computer and you kind of got the bare minimums, The Sims Medieval is good for that. So anyway, we need to create a monarch. Now we do have this castle. So we're going to go ahead and create our monarch. Okay, so now you get Oh, we're going to go ahead and create a monarch. Now, you get experience points and resource points. You get experience points and resource points when you go through different things and you're doing the different tasks and things. So we're going to go ahead and start out with a queen.
Cobran.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and name her Denise. That is actually my middle name, and I thought that was kind of a nice name to start out with. Denise. How about Leclerc? Denise Leclerc. All right, so we're going to go ahead and give her kind of a lighter skin tone, I think. And then let's go ahead and make her young looking, because we have the age modifiers. We want her to be nice, and we want her to be a nice young queen. And we're going to make her kind of on the sort of skinny side with not very much muscle, because we can say that she probably doesn't work out too much. Now we need to pick a trait. We have, I think we have to do, was it two traits and a flaw? Okay, so in the Sims Medieval, you have a fatal flaw, or a flaw that you have to fatal flaw. So you have two traits. So we're going to go ahead and be, now these are the different traits that we have here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, entitled, okay. We can be a friendly and fun-loving queen. And now these are the fatal flaws that we need to pick from. Bloodthirsty. We're gonna be a drunkard. So being friendly and fun-loving kind of gives us a lead-in to be a drunkard, because we have fun when we're drunk, right? Yeah. All right. So those are our traits. Now, this is what we're going to be giving her. We have hair. So we need to have her looking pretty queenly, right? We need to have her looking very, very queenly. So we want to go ahead and give her like, let's see what would look sort of royal here. Now these are the different hairstyles that you can give, and these ones over here, these are the different hats and things that you can give them. Like, actually we could give her this crown. We could do, yeah, let's go ahead and do maybe this crown here. And I think maybe, let's see. How about we give her some, this kind of hair. Yeah, let's give her this kind of hair. Okay. Kind of spin her around so that we can see. All right, I think that looks pretty good. That'll be good for our queen. We have a nice crown for her. Now we need to give her a nice. Oh, actually, we should do something with her eyebrows. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give her maybe this kind of eyebrow, and then we'll match it up with her hair color. There we go. Okay, so looks. All right, we need to pick a face for her. Okay. Now we could go into the advanced features and do that. But I think, okay, I think that looks pretty. Now her eyes. Okay. We could give her some nice blue eyes. Okay. And let's sort of, actually this, she's got kind of a big nose, doesn't she? Okay, let's go ahead and fix her nose. Give her that nose, I guess. I'm just kind of going through like real quickly to make her. Let's pick. Boy, those are some thick lips, aren't they? Thick lips. Okay. She needs a little bit of makeup. Yeah, she needs a little bit of makeup, so we're going to go ahead and give her that. Eyeliner. Go ahead and give her that. I know in medieval times they probably really didn't wear a whole lot of makeup unless they were doing some like a play or a costume or something like that. But yeah, I think that I think that we should give her at least a little something, because her lips especially look, you know, kind of like plain. So, my goodness, you don't really have the opacity thing here on the, you know, not like you do with The Sims 3, like with the makeup. It's either this, or, you know, it's either the colors that they give you and you can't really lighten or darken it up, you know, that's for sure. So, all right, so there's the looks, and let's go ahead and give her something to wear. I think we'll give her, I really like these nice full dresses for our queen. We can give her, you know, let's kind of give her something. Let's go ahead and give her that. Okay, so here is our queen, and I think that is going to be doing that. Okay, so we can go ahead and, I think I might save her to my bin. We're going to go ahead and save her to my bin. That way, if I want to use her again, I can. Because I think when you're done with the ambition, I think you got to make a new monarch and stuff. Like when you're starting a new ambition, you're pretty much starting all over again. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and, okay, the throne room. Okay, we don't want to furnish it. We want to go ahead and just leave it like it is. Because you can go ahead and furnish it yourself if you like. But we're not going to do that. Okay. So I think what we need to do is we need to pick a quest. We're going to go ahead and pick a quest, and first steps. I think it's, you know, since we're pretty much starting out from scratch, we're going to take the first steps. So now I've noticed that there's a lot to read in this game, so there's going to be some things, like every time we do a task and stuff, there's going to be a message that's going to come up to the right hand corner, and I am not a very good oral reader. Obviously I can read, but those of you that know me, you guys know that I am visually impaired, and so my gameplay style, I should have said this in the beginning, but my gameplay style is going to be a little bit slower than probably what most LPers are going to do, because I can't see well enough to play that fast. I prefer to take a more relaxed kind of slow-paced gameplay, and then maybe do a little bit of teaching, you know, if need be. So if you're looking for somebody that's going to sort of rush off to the fire, that's not me. And so if you're looking for that, and if that's the kind of video that you want to see, then my channel is not going to be for you. So just be aware of that. And also, I love comments, love comments, but please no haters, guys. You know, it's fine to say something constructive, like if you want to see improvements on something or whatever. It doesn't always have to be like all nicey or whatever, but haters and just mean, you know, blatantly mean comments, I don't tolerate that. And just to let you guys know with that, those types of comments will be removed from the video, and if it's offensive enough, then that person will be blocked. So that would be extreme cases, but just you know, there's no need to say anything nasty. Just you know, treat people the way that you would want to be treated. So all right, so anyway, this is our first steps, and okay, it says the dust had finally settled. The dust had finally settled on the construction of a grand throne room. The seeds of a glorious new kingdom had been planted, and soon a civilization would grow and cover the land for miles in all directions. The only thing the kingdom of music needed now was a ruler, someone wise and powerful who could unite people under the kingdom's cause. Okay. So building a kingdom from the ground up was no simple task. Whoever took on this incredible mission would need to secure resources, hire a staff, control the control the burgeoning population and beat back the criminal element. Okay. All right, so we need to go ahead and get into this. Now, what you can do, and as soon as this loads here, so I think, okay, here we go. So now we have a little message, would you like to activate the edge scrolling feature? No, I would not, because that drives me absolutely bonkers. Now, this game, it's pretty much, the controls are a lot like The Sims 3, where you can kind of turn things and move things around a little bit. You can also pause and play the game and the same way that you would The Sims 3, as well as the speeds. Now, one thing that is going to happen, I was going to say something. One thing that you can also do is a lot of the cheats that you use for Sims 3 is also good for this kind of game too. They have a little bit of money here, but not much. We have 1,000 simoles. It's not simoleons, but it's called simoles in the Sims Medieval. But if you wanted to, let's say if you wanted to kind of give them a little bit more money, you can do the Control C, and then like let's say you can type in ka-ching if you like. That gives a little bit. That gives another 1,000 simoleons. Or if you like, you can go ahead and do mother load, and that will give 50,000. So normally when we're starting out, I just kind of use the 1,000 simoles, but I just wanted to show you guys that these cheats would work. And since we are kind of royalty, you know, we want to get a little bit of money because we're going to need a few things. They really don't start you out with very much, but if you want to use cheats, that's fine. If you don't want to use cheats, that's fine as well. So if you bring up the little panel, you have their inventory. You've also got their relationships, the people that they know, and then you've got their simology. This is about them, like their traits and things like that. Now, over here, these are our daily responsibilities. So when you're playing this, when you're going through your quest, each day there's going to be 2 things that you must do, 2 things that you have to accomplish during that day. If you don't, then you're going to take a mood hit. And then if you're going to get a bad moodlet over here. This is where the moodlets happen. There's 6 of them that show up. And then if you shirk your daily responsibilities enough times, I think you get thrown in the pit and get eaten by the pit monster. So yeah. So this is this over here is now you've only got like 2 need bars. You have hunger and you have energy. Okay, so these are what you want to keep an eye on. And then over here is the thing that, over here is the directions, for our quest. This is the task that you have to complete in order to move on with the quest. So it says here, if I'm going to speak with my subjects, I need to look my best. So we have to gussy up in the mirror upstairs. Now let me show you this castle, but let me show you this little message here that we have up on the right side. My throne room is finally complete. The builders have been working hard, and the fruits of their labor are evident. I should prepare to meet with Buildmaster Tybalt. A quick jaunt upstairs to the mirror should suffice. Okay, so this is what things look like down here. This is the throne room down here. Now, this over here looks like this over here would be a kitchen. So they can cook some things over here. And sometimes, like, what I like to do is I like to put a few other things in here, which I can show you what we can get. I'll show you what we can actually get. Now that I've kind of given us a little bit of extra money, we can actually get a few things. So that's the big throne room. This over here is where she's going to sign her documents, and they kind of do their business. This is a tactical map, and so they complete some things there. Up here is going to be her washroom. Like we have the wash tub and a basin and things that she needs to wash up there. This over here is her bedroom. So yeah, this big room is actually her bedroom. It kind of looked like there was a wall there, but yeah, there's the little divider that separates the bedroom from this over here. And then this over here is another little, looks like a little sitting area where they can read and do that. So that is what the castle looks like. Now we can go ahead up to the mirror, and we're going to go ahead and gussy up. So again, it's like The Sims 3 and like The Sims 4. You just click on the different objects to get what you want to do. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and gussy up. And this kind of takes a little bit to do, but it'll tell us when our task is complete. Now, for the first day, we don't have any daily responsibilities, so we're kind of clear to do some things that we want to do. And it says here that it's nicely decorated, attractive, and slightly focused. So our focus meter is right here. Now let me talk about our focus meter, okay? I'll stop the game here. Now this is the focus meter where my mouse is. Now the goal is, like, if they get to the top of this focus meter, like if the higher the focus meter is, the better that they're going to do on the task, and the more experience points that you do, and the better outcome that you're going to get, because it tells you, how focused you were when you complete the quest and so forth. So the higher this meter is, the better off you're going to be. And the more good moodlets that you're going to have, obviously the better off you're going to be. So it says perfect. Perfect. Now I'm a little more focused. Staying focused will make it easier for me to complete any journey in which I may find myself. Speaking of which, I should speak to Buildmaster Tybalt of the Builders Guild, a powerful pillar of the community, and discuss the future of Kingdom of Music. All right. So now, if you're going to be looking for somebody, a lot of times what will happen is there will be a little tag on the side of the screen, which I'm not seeing it right now, but it'll tell you, it kind of gives you a clue of where to click on, and then you can talk to this person. Okay, here he is right next to her. So we're going to go ahead and discuss the castle.
Zespagren. Da Vinton se Yamok Vintol?
Weklib. Tobrit Selegon.
I love this, like the build masters, they all look the same, and no matter what game that you have, it just gives them a different name. So we have two little messages here. I do enjoy getting my hands dirty once in a while for the betterment of my kingdom. Should make my way to the forest and collect the necessary wood. Okay, so the throne room is all done, milady. We'll need more resources to begin the next building in the kingdom. Wood, stone, and supplies will cover it. All right, so what we have to do now is we have to go to the forest. Okay. So if you go into map mode, you can actually look and see around the kingdom. Try to get where we can see different things here. There's the castle, and then there's just different things that you can look for right there. Like there's the beach. So the more you play, the more buildings that you're going to be able to put up. So right now we just have the castle. But what we need to do is we need to go ahead and go to the location. So we're going to click back on her. Now in The Sims Medieval, obviously they do not have cars or anything like that. So she was kind of doing some stuff there to keep herself a little. We got to get her some more focus. We need to get her a little bit more focus. And I think while we are at the while we are out and about, we're gonna head to the markets and get a few things, because we'll need to get some food because we're gonna be hungry. And if you're cooking at the fire, I mean, you can call for food, because being the monarch, you can call for food. Now, because they have to walk, we're going to go ahead and speed this up just a little bit. Okay. So we are at the forest, and then so now we have to discover and collect wildflowers. So here is something right here. These little clumps right here are the discoverable wildflowers and stuff. And we can go ahead and discover this one. Okay, now that she's discovered that, we can collect it. And I think we can only, so we'll collect that one. Alright, so we're going to have to, okay, so we've done that. Now we've gotten a couple of messages here. So it says here, there are all kinds of plants one can pick across the kingdom. I believe wizards, physicians, and spies use plants to make medicines and potions. Okay, so Denise has successfully collected wildflowers, seeds, and grassweed. So what we're gonna do is, while we are out and about, we're gonna go ahead and go to the markets to grab us some food. Okay, and then we have another thing that we have to do. But what I would like us to go ahead and do is we need to go ahead and go to the market. Okay, so there's 3 buttons also over here. This is the follow my sim button. So if you want to follow your sim, you just click on that one. This is the eye of the watcher that's in the map view. And then this is location. So if you want an easy way to find things, so we're going to go ahead and visit the town square because we need to go to the markets. We need to go to the markets and actually go shopping for some things. Actually, it's not the town square. We want to go to the path to the village. Here we go, because we need to go do some shopping. All right. We're going to go ahead and go to the village shops because we're gonna go in search of some food. Because look at how quickly the hunger meter and stuff goes down. All right. So it says here, Denise has successfully collected wildflowers and grassweed. Okay. Oh gosh, a bandit dares to threaten the queen. My trusty sword can bring this brigand to justice. Well, a victim has come to visit my forest. You'd better hand over your money if you know what's good for you. So sometimes that happens. Unfortunately, sometimes that happens. But we're going to go ahead and go to the shops, I think. No. Yep, go to the village shops. All right, so we're going to go ahead and have her walk. Now, what we just heard was the pit monster. So what happens is she'll disappear. She will disappear into there, and then the stuff that we're going to go ahead and get is going to come up. Okay, so we just have to wait for just a minute. So we're going to go ahead and get us some food. That way we have something to make. Now, as I said, as a monarch, you can call for food if you like. But in the castle right now, we just have, where it's just gruel. So that really, really stinks. So we're going to get a couple of rabbit meat. We're going to get some bear meat. We'll go ahead and get some grapes. Citrus fruit, some venison. How about some herring? We'll have to make sure that we watch what we're spending here, because we want to get some things for the castle. Some potato, swordfish, eel, cabbage, salt, some honey, some spices, egg, We're probably going to have to go back and get her a drink too. Onion. Mushrooms. Pigeon. Boar meat. So we need to kind of watch what we're doing. Some trout. Some salmon. Okay. Some tench. Some barley. Because we'll need stuff to make our ale. Wheat. Apple. Some cheese. Some turbot. Frog. And some fowl meat. We'll get quite a bit of that. Alright. Buy items. Alright, so there we go. Now what we've got to go and do is, oh, okay, so we have a lot of times you'll get a couple of choices as you come out of the market. It says, flustered with the crowded streets, Lady Denise took a shortcut through the tough section of town. The narrow, crooked streets got darker and more treacherous. Suddenly, Denise was cornered by a gang of hoods. Your gold or your gold or your blood, they hissed in unison. We could lecture them, or let's go ahead and run for it. We're gonna run for it. So then it says here that we have a long message here. It says, Lady Denise smirked at the murderous gang and quipped, hoods with hoods, eh? Not very original. Then she spun on her heel and ran for her life. The extra 2 seconds it took the dumbfounded gang to process the joke allowed Denise to escape without a scratch. Okay, so she received narrow escape buff. So the moodlets in this thing are called buffs. So our next order of business here is we have to challenge Forrest, Bandit, Marcella to a duel. Let's see if we can head back to the forest. Okay, we're going to go back to the... we'll go back to the forest. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and... come back over here. Hopefully we can find... Here they are. So this is... We're going to... this is our bandit. Okay. Monarch. Challenge to a duel. So we'll come back over here to follow Denise back over here to the forest. What we just heard was our pit monster. And she's an herbalist, narrow escape, slightly focused. We're going to have to go back to the castle and I think get us a drink or something because we're going to need it and we're going to need some food. And I'm going to show you some cool things that we can get to do some cooking that we can put in our throne room here. So here is our... This is what they look like when they're sword fighting. Think you can beat me? Eh? Now this up here, I'm going to stop the game here. I'm going to stop the game here because we have a couple of meters. Now this is Denise's and this is Marcella's. So what happens here is this is health and strength, and then this shows you the how they're doing right there. So this will go up or down depending on how they're doing. So Marcella's is going down, as we can see. So we can see that they're both going down. Woo! That looks dangerous. Now you can fight to the death, but you better get some combat experience under you because... Oh, get up, Denise, get up. You better get some combat experience before you do that because... Otherwise, you will die. You will die, and then Grimmy comes to collect your spirit. So She needs a drink, yes. Fatigued. Narrow escape. Alright. Okay, down she goes.
Glory.
Haha. Okay, so the top part here, it says, Triumph! Bandits could really become a problem in Kingdom of Music, but a knight or spy could curb that. Now I can collect wood in peace. Okay. So what we've got to do now is we need to collect wood in the forest. There is a signpost over here in the forest. So if we click on this, and I think she's going to disappear into a rabbit hole. Okay, we're going to go ahead and it says collect wood. So we have to collect our wood. And see, now we're getting hungry and we're getting tired. Our focus has gone down. So I think after this, we're going to go ahead and go on home. We're going to go ahead and go on home and we'll get something to eat. We'll get ourselves a drink. So we're going to go ahead and just... Alright, so we have a little thing that came up here. It says, there was always adventure waiting to be found in the forest. The wood was collected and the kingdom would soon prosper from it. Okay, so collect wood in the forest. We're going to go ahead and go on home. Now it says here, oh, I missed our message, but it just pretty much says that we did that. And okay, we'll have to go to the graveyard next because there's something that we've got to do. But let me show you. Let me go ahead and show you just exactly what we can do here. So we can put some things in the kitchen. Okay. Now we've got our little fireplace right there. But we can go ahead and go into furnish mode. This is what they call buy mode in the Sims Medieval. We're going to take the grid off because that kind of drives me crazy. So we can go ahead and go into, I think here's domestic. So food and beverages. So what we need to get, I want to get us a fire pit. Here's a little fire spit. And we can put that kind of right there. We can go ahead and get us a stone oven because we can bake bread and stuff in there. So that could actually go, let's see if we can fit it right next to our fireplace. Awesome. Now another thing that we could also get is there's a larder that we could store food in. Here it is right here. So we could go ahead and get this, and then maybe, just maybe, we can get it to fit next to our fireplace and stuff. Now I'll show you what that does, but first of all, I think I want to get her a better bed because we'll get some better sleep. So we're going to go ahead and get us a bit of a better bed because this one is pretty cheap. So we're going to go ahead and go with, yeah, we need a bed. It's telling us that we need a bed to sleep in. We're going to go ahead with comfort. Oh, we'll get this nice red one. Got it. And then we could actually get some stuff for entertainment. Prancing Penguin music box. We could put that right there on her nightstand. We could come back down here to the, let's see if we can get maybe a better throne. We can get us a better throne, can't we? Okay, so we're going to go ahead under the comfort, and then here is the thrones button. We're going to get something really nice. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and get this one. Why not? There we go. Let's go ahead and see what we can put on the wall. There we go. Alright, so I think that'll kind of help a little bit. Alright, live mode. We're going to go ahead and, now let me show you what this larder can do, because we, I kind of like that we got a lot of our food that we can put in here. So what we could actually do There's things that we can store in here, so you can just kind of drag and drop things in here. Just like so. Kind of like you would in the Sims 3, you know, fridges where you can store different things in it. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of our things in here, and then I will be back to show you just some of the cool things that we can actually make, because we need to go ahead and get some food and some a drink into us. So just give me a moment and I will be right back. Alright guys, here we go. I had to turn it around because we were, for some reason I had it backwards. Alright, so if you click on that, then they give you some different things that that you can do. Let's go ahead and make us a broiled tench. So she'll go ahead and get that stuff out of the little ice box, or larder that they call it at the time. So we're going to go over here to the little oven, because see, if you click on this fireplace, you can cook here, but all you can make is gruel, gruel or soup. And sometimes we like a little something more substantial. So we're going to be getting something to eat. And she needs a drink. We're going to make ourselves a drink. And we're fatigued and we're hungry. Nicely decorated. New stuff. Victorious. So we're doing pretty good. Now, as I said, she could call for food, but I wanted to show you just some of the cool things that we can cook. Some of the cool things that we can cook. So we're going to get on over here to the table. And they don't have any silverware. They kind of eat that with their fingers. They eat that with their fingers. Okay, now we're getting some focus back. So as you can see, that meter is climbing, but we still need our drink. We still need our drink, so we're gonna go ahead and make our drink at the little barrel. So we're gonna need to brew something. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and make some wheat beer.
Then we this.
This will give us our drink. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get drink. And this will help us out. This ought to get some of our focus back.
Yugonik, nache. Wisum moleson chesik moreke.
Have a chair there, and oh yeah, see how that climbed right there? You see how that climbed? We are highly focused right now. So what we're going to need to do is we need to go to the graveyard, and it says use the location marker. So as soon as we're done with our drink, we're going to go ahead and go to the graveyard, and we'll do our task. So you have to come home and take care of a few things. To go back and take care of a few things, and then we're good to go here. But as we can see, oh, no, the focus kind of went down a little bit, but we're tired. But we're tired right now. We're tired right now. So, all right. So it says, "Oh, my lady, can I have a word, please? It's about my work here." So we are supposed to be talking to someone, it looks like. Discuss grave digging with Gravedigger Hildegard. Discuss grave digging. Yep, we're going to need to go home and get to sleep. Tasty treat, victorious. Narrow escape. Clean ale, buzzed, and focused. Didn't we not? Okay, discuss grave digging. There we go. Well, come on. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is crazy. Holy crap. Do I have a glitch or what? Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and exit out of that for just a minute. We'll try it again. Look at that. I have a glitch. I think I have a glitch. Let's go ahead and go here. Alright, let's see if we can go ahead and discuss the grave digging now. Did you guys see that? Oh my gosh, that was crazy. There we go. Yeah, we had a routing issue, it seemed like. Looked like we had a routing issue. Alright. So then our next thing is, well, milady, I was just wondering if you would consider building a church here in the kingdom. It seems ceremonies... Let's see. It seems unceremonious to bury these people without a proper rite from a Jacobin or Pederin priest. Thank you, milady. Okay, so then it says here that we need to collect stones in the cave. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and go on home. We're gonna get her put to bed because we are getting pretty tired. We can come back in the morning and collect stones. So we're gonna go ahead and get back on home and go to bed. And I think at that point I'm gonna go ahead and end the part, but we'll kind of get where we can. We're gonna come back on up here, and we're gonna go ahead and put. We're gonna go ahead and put her to bed. We're gonna go ahead and sleep. And then I will start part 2 for in the morning when we come back, and then we'll continue with our task, and we'll see what our daily responsibilities are. So go ahead and favorite and like this video. Subscribe to my channel to see more of the series, plus into the other series I do that you may be interested in. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Hit the heck out of that like button many times over. And you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you guys in part 2.